Good evening. Welcome to the Backyard Professor videos. Check this view out. Sun's just setting, and I've got my trees filtering the sun through the leaves. Fun stuff. The dance of light and dark. The joy of fractals in nature, in the leaves in the tree, that gives us such beautiful evenings. The stuff we just don't think about. That's what gives life its spice. I've got another idea that gives life its spice, and that is this theme that the ancients could have known about wormholes. I've got an article I'll read to you. Very interesting. Just a brief, interesting speculation here. That is so cool. I've got to present it. I will share some interesting information with you. This is the mystery behind ancient stargates and portals. Ivan Petrusevich, March 15th, 2018. I probably mispronounced his name. I'm sorry. This is from the Ancient Code website. So this is the Stargate that is really quite famous. 1996, Jose Mamani discovered the gate to the gods in the Hayumarca Mountains of southern Peru. You see that little door in the stone. Could this have been a secret entrance, a portal, as it were, to a new universe or a different universe, or even a different part in our universe? Is this where the gods reside? Is it possible that portals, mysterious cosmic bridges to other points of the universe, exist on our Earth? Now, that's fascinating to think about. It'd be cool if we could find some and use them if they're not guarded. But that's what the lions are in front of the courtyards and the courthouses, and in front of important public buildings. They show it in India also. The portals are guarded by the gods, so you have to be careful. So, do these lead to other galaxies, perhaps, and extraterrestrial civilizations? This sounds nothing more like a conspiracy or tinfoil hat material. The truth is, many ancient civilizations firmly believed in such things being possible, and many oral legends existed until today that recount the stories of stargates and portals. Now, a natural stargate is what we call the Einstein-Rosen bridge, or the wormhole, between two black holes, right? It's when space-time is distorted by the intense gravitational fields generated by collapsing stars. We know there's been I read a paper, I still can't find the stupid thing, I'm looking for it, about they put two black holes together mathematically, and when they pulled them back apart, there was a wormhole between them. Fascinating stuff. And that was in one of the science journals. So at a singularity point, time would stop. Time would stop. Now, this is remarkable because it stretches to infinity. So, is there any time at infinity? Apparently not. This would make it possible for anybody to be able to survive, even briefly, the intense gravitational fields at the singularity. You can emerge into whatever future date they desire. That's kind of something to chew on there. Well, it is theoretically possible, perhaps, where you can travel back and forth in time. No one's done it yet that we know of, but then who would be able to come back and say so? I have had videos with my good friend Robert Sheaf of Custodian Files talk about the time traveler he knew, etc. So just because the world doesn't know it doesn't mean it's not happening, right? Hierapolis was an ancient city in southwest Anatolia. Its ruins are in Turkey and currently comprise an archaeological museum, the UNESCO World Heritage Site. So it was in 2013 where they had unearthed something the ancient Greeks called the gateway to hell. So they were always fascinated with the other underworld, of course. Sheol, hell, etc. Hades is what the Greeks said. That's where the shadow of the person would go down. There's a lot about this in Homer's Iliad. So they tell the stories of travelers who are able to journey to these mysterious places and access them somehow, allowing them to travel among the gods. Where are these places? Are they anything more than a myth? Here's Pluto's Gate. This is interesting. This is a sacred site that only high priests could get anywhere near it. There it is again. Take a look at that gate. So, of course, because it was sacred, it was also guarded. That makes sense. The portals would be guarded, of course. They worshipped Cybele, the ancient goddess, the guardian of the gateways. So you had to get her permission to move through time and space. She was often portrayed as standing next to the gate of the other world. Or, I mean, you know, they call it the other world. Could have been the other dimension, right? Pluto's Gate is one of many mysterious sites, but there are countless stories similar to this one. So these gates did not only grant passage outside our own planet, but even beyond space and time, and that's where it gets real tricky. According to countless myths, these passages were traversed by otherworldly beings throughout the history of mankind. There's many stories and legends. Even the creation myths will recognize this. Advanced beings who somehow came from the stars. The Hopis, the Navajo, I've done videos on them where they talk about these advanced beings, the star peoples, the Kachinas, etc. The Dogon tribe with the star people from Sirius B, the Sirius system. We have the Pleiadians, etc. They're often described as passing through portals or star doors. Are they onto something? Do we find portals on Earth? We don't know. According to several authors, a number of locations are on the Earth where they built the portals and the stargates. Why would ancient civilizations build stargates, though? Because perhaps they came through similar stargates, or these are ancient man's imagination. We don't know. Or is there something more to this? South America, Machu Picchu. We've all heard of Machu Picchu. Some of us have visited there. I haven't had a chance to yet. They're located in the Andes Mountains. They're very, very high up. The building was erected so that the entire structure is oriented to receive the first light as it comes over the mountains through the 3 windows at the Summer Palace, a symbol representing the Incan creation myth. And there it is. Now that's cool. They built the architecture in line with astronomical events. In this instance, the sun. According to Inca history, the children of the sun god, Viracocha, stepped into the world through 3 mysterious openings in a mountain and gave rise to the Incan civilization. Perhaps this is the spot. This ancient legend tells how the Ayar brothers came down through 3 portals to create the Incan people. The temple at Machu Picchu had 3 windows, which represents this mysterious event. Could this be a stargate for otherworldly visitors coming to Peru through these 3 windows? Is that possible? Is there a mysterious connection between the Temple of the 3 Windows and the Plutonian? Does science back up the theory of stargates and portals? Or are these just creation myths thousands of years ago? Albert Einstein and Nathan Rosen published a groundbreaking idea which brought portals and stargates a step closer to reality when they said The theory of relativity allows for shortcuts across the space-time continuum. These routes were Einstein-Rosen bridges or wormholes. They have the ability to connect two distant locations, making travel to the most remote stars in the universe a possibility within reach. That is for a very advanced civilization. We certainly are not to that point yet. But we've only been around for a little while, the blink of an eye. If the universe is really, say, 13.5 billion years old, and if civilizations could arise within the first couple of billion years, that would give them almost a dozen billion years to develop their technology past us. So that, to me, that's a long time to be able to develop technology in relation to our own situation that we have right now, that we've been advancing with ridiculously super fast speed in just the last 100 years. My grandpa's day was very much primitive compared to the day I'm living in right now, and I'm 64. And that was just back at the late 1800s is when he was born. So if the acceleration of technological innovation and advancement of our knowledge of physics, etc., if it's true, as one of the astrophysicists whom I really love to read says, that we know 4% of the universe, and we've only been around for, at best, 1,000,000 years as humans. 1,000,000 years is utterly an instant compared to 5 billion years. In 5 billion years, would it be possible then to get to know 90% of the universe? 95%? 100%? Who knows? But if the technological innovation is capable for us, that means it is possible for others. Since now, thanks to our space telescopes, we have seen and found millions of potential planets where life could have arisen. And that's just in our galaxy. There are trillions of galaxies like ours. So, true, all speculation, but fun to think about, because what would it be like if one of those really advanced civilizations just happened to pop in? And that's why our UFO subject is so fascinating, because that seems to be what could potentially be happening right now in our lives. And that's why it's so exciting. So thanks for watching this little bit of fun speculation with me. Anything to expand our minds, to keep us thinking about quality stuff, but make no mistake about it, we still want the United States government to show us the alien bodies that they have and those alien craft. Let's keep focused. And I'm well aware, so I may have to back up someday soon, I'm well aware of some of the almost fatal problems that would happen to our entire world if full disclosure occurs as well. So we're kind of in between a rock and a hard place, but we keep striving. We keep trying to move the narrative forward, and that's the key to it. So thanks for watching the Backyard Professor videos. I'll be back just as soon as I can with more fun, interesting ideas. And hit the like and subscribe. Share the video with everybody. I'll catch up to you just as soon as I can.